culturally, is China a culture where if the government says that, don't question it. You don't have to take right to question it. Just buy it. This is what happened. Don't come back and question us because of freedom of speech.
Chinese people know where the political red lines are, and they know how the political winds are shifting. And so there's really no questioning of the government.
What an advantage for the enemy to be able to see in America, where in America we bash each other and we're going at it, and everything's being exposed from congressmen on the left and the right, and nobody in the world can see what's going on with China because no one can bring up anything. God forbid if you do, something could happen.
I disagree. I think,
Tell me.
like, if you want a healthy, creative, resilient society, you need free and open debate. The best thing about America is the First Amendment. The best thing is that anyone can criticize the president. And there's rigorous debate right now over this Iran war. And this allows for America to pivot and to be resilient, and to discover its weaknesses and to improve on its weaknesses, on its vulnerabilities. China has been China for the past 5,000 years. This is not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It is, if a person that thinks they can have that kind of a chokehold on their people for a long time and see the enemy is debating each other, a lot of information comes in. But social media apps are not available in China, right? There is no Facebook, there is no YouTube, there is no X, there is nothing like that is available in China.
There are Chinese equivalents, but yes, these Western social media platforms are banned in China.
Are there any, like, if you and I go to a dinner, and, if you live in California at the peak of COVID, you have to be very careful if you were a Trump supporter. A lot of people would say, but there were parties you would go to houses like, hey, man, me too. Hey, me too. But God, if you wore MAGA hat in 2017 in California, go walk through the mall and see what happens to you. It's a very different climate than today, right? Are there small pockets of people in China, small communities that are growing, that they're criticizing the government, or none of that exists?
None of that exists in China.
Okay. All right. And I don't think you agree with that. I think.
Well, no. I mean, the reason is that China has developed an AI surveillance state that is the most advanced in the world, right? So China has digital ID and digital currency.
Right.
And so with that, everything you do online can be monitored, right? And so when you use your mobile phone, it's like all your app is on your phone. So the government knows exactly where you go.
Yeah.
What you buy, who you hang out with, and from that, from this data,
yep,
they can do a microanalysis of your political leanings and then influence you in a certain way. So China has developed the first AI surveillance state.
Interesting. Yeah, you just reminded me of a story. When I made a handful of videos criticizing China, and I brought a General Spalding who went very hardcore at China, got millions of views all over the place. And he was revealing some things about China. So it was about 6 months of going after China pretty hardcore. One day I get an email from a PR firm saying somebody from China wants to invite you to an event. It's a charity event. I said, okay, so let's do the Zoom. So I got on the call. It's me, Mario, another guy named Gerard, and we get on the Zoom, and we said, so what's the outcome? They want to pay you $600,000. I have this email till today, documented. They want to pay you $600,000. But they want you to give a $300,000 check to XYZ charity. So you get to keep $300,000, but you give the $300,000 to the charity. We'll take care of your hotel, food, flight, everything. Don't worry about it, and we'll give you $300,000. Of course, my answer was no. But why would China do something like that? Why would they want somebody like me to come in to get $600,000 and donate $300,000 to a charity?